Hey, what's going on, folks? So as we get further into this, the more I see is this lazy, mediocre attempt at educating people through, memes, And what it is just really just a lazy, mediocre attempt at pretending that you've done something or you made a difference, or no one ever said, man, I seen a meme and it changed my life, There's nothing behind it, It's just like, even if it's true, I'm not saying that they don't work, but they're not. If it was a sales tool, you're only going to get like 3% return on your investment. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't even be worth, it'd be like going door to door and putting flyers on people's cars. You know what I mean? People don't even look at them, or people don't even, But I just think that we've reached this mediocre, and that's why none of you guys get burned out and you guys have all this energy. You know what I mean? Because you don't do anything. Let's just be honest. You don't do anything. You sit here, you watch a couple videos, and you go, yeah, that's my day, and anybody could do that, That's living a mediocre life, and that's what a lot of people that watch this, and a lot of people that follow this channel, and a lot of people on Facebook, and a lot of people that live over there and live over there, that's all they do. You know what I mean? They just go, I shared a couple memes, I did my part. Yeah, you really knocked it out of the park. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's like people, there's a difference between knowing Christ and knowing Christ, okay? There's a lot of people on here acting like they know him. Yeah, you know him, you know of him, but you don't know him, You don't see any personal relationship. You don't see any, testimony. It's like, it's so many people. Listen, so many people are going to be misled. Trust me when I tell you. So many people are going to be misled when the Antichrist does show up. They're just going to be so happy that they don't have to wear a mask anymore or whatever. Trust me when I tell you, a lot of people, especially this Yeshua nonsense, people are confused, People are confused to think that just because you know who Jesus Christ is, that's a thing, and that's enough, and that will carry you to the end of the game. It won't, So, I don't know, and I don't want to come on here and give you a mediocre, lukewarm message. Sometimes you just got to be silent and wait for the Holy Spirit to speak to you, to give you words. But my word today is stop being mediocre, I see so many people go to the gym and they're just fucking mediocre, They go to the gym, they're taking pictures of themselves so they can say they were there, and you don't even look like you lift weights. I've been with you the whole time. I never see any intensity. Same thing with these truth channels. You guys watch these truth channels, and there's no intensity. Do you know what I mean? There's no intensity. None of these channels get excited. None of them go, hey man, I got something that, and then you guys pay these people, It's no different than, Facebook is really starting to turn into the new television, okay, for woke people. It's really starting to get mediocre on here. That's why we're not going to be spending a lot. I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't say 100% right now if I'll ever go back to Facebook. You know what I mean? Doing Facebook Live. Because I just feel like I kind of just feel like we've already done everything that we're going to do on Facebook, I talk to the same people watch it, the same people, watch this in secret. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like this is like a secret society. Like, a lot of people watch this and then they go back to the world, They go back to pretending that they didn't watch this. They go back to denying Jesus Christ in front of their friends. They go back to, the globe. They go back to, wearing a mask. They go back to it. You know what I mean? They flirt with this shit. It's not their life. They flirt with it. None of them, talk about what Jesus has done in their life, because Jesus hasn't done anything in your life because he's not in your life. Do you know what I mean? So you can know, you know of me, but you don't know me. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they say you got to live with someone to know them? Well, you've got to live with God in your life. You know, he's got to be, he's not somebody you call when the phone bill is going to be late. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something, it's a constant dialogue, talking, you know, just throw everything out, you know, and just have dialogue with God and ask him to show himself to you, or be happy doing this for the rest of your life. Okay? Be happy. Could you imagine? You know, a lot of you do this. Trust me when I tell you, a lot of you do this. I know you do. A lot of you do this. It's easier. It's easier, you know. You go into the store and blah, 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 and, you know, whatever. But, you know, you've got to get out of this mediocre rut of bullshit and lying to yourself and fronting and thinking that you're onto something. You're not onto anything, you know? So many of you are in the same place that we've started, which is, to me, I can't even understand how none of you, after watching this, have any kind of revelations or anything to share or anything at all, you know? So what's the point of doing this? You know, and God tells me, well, there's one or two out there that don't worry about it. But it's frustrating, you know, it's frustrating to come on here, and it's exhausting. And that's why, so many of you got so much fucking energy, because you don't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you're at home, you're watching Days of Our Lives, you're watching The Simpsons, you watch a couple videos, you're not out there, telling people what you really think about this shit. You're not out there doing anything. You're not out there being a soldier. You're inside, being a virtual whatever, and you're going to think that somehow that's going to be enough. It's not going to be. You know what I mean? There's people that need to hear you, don't use I don't want to get on here and talk. And, you could do audio. There's so many things you could do. It's like when I see people at the gym, they just make excuses. I fucked this up. I hurt this, or, blah, blah, blah. Listen, okay, I stepped on a nail. My foot swelled up. I could barely walk. Okay, I was on my vacation. I hurt my back. I could have did a bunch of things and said, I did. I still went to the gym. I didn't feel good. I still rode my bike. I still did this. I still did it. So many people just can't work through stuff. I, don't feel like making this video, but I'm just so tired of people, they want to talk about the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? They want to talk about the this or the variant or the firmament, or, man, talk to me about some new shit. You know what I mean? Like, talk to me about some new shit.